What's up, everybody? It's your boy Darrell, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Brother Be Well. This is episode 23, Finding Peace in Chaos, the Power of Acceptance. So what's up, y'all? I feel like I haven't been here in quite some time, but y'all know anytime I disappear, I'm working on some things. So I am so happy to announce that the fundraiser for the book, the pre-launch, is live. So make sure you guys click the link in the description to sign up for the newsletter and be all in the know about what's going on with the book, all the marketing, what's happening, and to help us raise the funds to get this book created, distributed, and to help me market it. So please sign up for the pre-launch for the fundraiser, and we go live where you can actually make donations on May 10th. So please sign up, share this project, share the links, and stay in tuned. And today we're going to be talking about the power of acceptance and finding peace in chaos. And I was thinking the other day just how long this process has been. It's been super chaotic because I've been doing all of this work by myself, and this will be the first book that I'm actually publishing. So now I can say that I'm an author on top of all the other things that I do, which is exciting, but there's learning curves in everything we do. But in the grand scale of things, chaos in our lives, what does that look like? What does that feel like? And chaos typically comes from when we're not in control of the environment, of the situations, of the interactions, and we go into stress per se. I was thinking about when I was in treatment, when I was in an inpatient program, and all of the rules that I had to follow, now facing my depression head on. And what did that look like? Hell, honestly, pure hell, because it was me being guided by complete strangers, people I did not know, people that I had to learn to trust, people who in some situations with some texts were really power hungry and didn't see me as a human. They just saw me as a client and someone in a facility getting help for mental health, right? And, not having my phone and not being able to call my family when I wanted to, but each apartment had certain days where we made phone calls, and then the people who we called had to be approved by our therapist, which I get it. They want to keep everybody safe and to make sure that we're not accessing people or things that can trigger us or things that will put us at harm, especially if people weren't supposed to know where I was or where any of the clients were at the time, of course, due to HIPAA regulations and laws and things of that nature. And I know I checked myself in to get help. I know I checked myself in to really find ways to get back to me, and if not get back to me, but get to what this new version of Darrell was going to look like. But y'all, it was chaos. It was pure chaos because I wasn't in control. I had to follow a schedule and do things that I didn't want to do and attend groups. And well, I didn't talk for 2 weeks. I didn't feel the need to, but something caused me to talk in one of the groups, and I have been talking nonstop since. But chaos for me, I think, is an indicator of something better that's coming, right? Anytime that I've had situations where, my life has just been in shambles, or what I feel like has been shambles, better things, better opportunities, better environments, better people, better chances were always on the other side of the distress, time and time again. And I think for a lot of us, we can catastrophize a lot. I'm guilty of that. I'm very guilty of that. I just had a situation with my therapist where she asked me about my weekend, and I just let loose. And I was like, oh, my weekend was shitty because XYZ happened. But in the grand scale of things, was the weekend really shitty? No. I just had an interaction that kind of made me uneasy and unsettled and felt, again, not in control. But did that dictate the 2 days that we call the weekend? And did that dictate everything that happened Saturday and Sunday? No. This was something that happened for maybe 30, 40 minutes that was just like, ooh, okay. But was it chaos? In that instant, yes. But did it make the whole weekend shitty? No. So I want us to really think about when we are in chaotic situations where everything around us is just not functioning in the way that we function. How can you ground yourself in those moments? Well, one, be still. Take a moment to stop. To just stop. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and that is stillness. And I think how this helps me current day and how this will help you currently or in the future is just stop. Because a lot of times, things will not be in our control, but we can focus on the things in which we can control, which is us and our reactions or lack of reaction to the environment or the stimulant that's causing us to feel chaos, right? So just one, stop. Two, assess. Am I in immediate danger? Is there anything around me right now? Well, I'm home, so the answer to that question would be no. But if you are out and about, whatever the circumstance may be, whether you were in a concert, at a restaurant, and the waiters, not too nice, a movie theater, just think of your life and in situations where, again, you haven't been in control and felt like things were getting chaotic. Are you in immediate danger? If the answer is no, okay, we can go on to step 3. Radical acceptance. Accepting where you are, accepting where you are and what's happening. Now, radical acceptance was something that I used all the time in therapy. I still use it to this day. And what I don't want people to think radical acceptance is just allowing things to happen to you. No, that is not the case. Radical acceptance is about being in the moment, being aware in the present, and accepting what is occurring. Now, in accepting what is occurring, if you feel as though you don't need to be in that space, in that environment, in that situation, remove yourself. If you feel as though accepting a conversation with someone, agreeing to disagree with someone is not going to get you anywhere, accept this person is not going to see my perspective. This person is not going to acknowledge what I feel, how I feel, my opinion. I have to be okay with that. Because at the end of the day, we can't change that person. We can't change what they think. We can't change what they feel. So why put energy into something that is clearly presenting itself as it is? You have every right and you owe yourself every single opportunity to accept things that are a little bit uncomfortable to accept sometimes, but that does not make you weak. That does not mean that you are allowing things to happen to you that are harming you. You can remove yourself. You can, like I said, not react to whatever it is that is causing that, but acknowledge it. There's been plenty of times where I've gotten into debates with people. People have their perspective, I have my perspective. And as conversations are, getting more in depth and they're sharing feelings and maybe becoming emotional, or I'm sharing feelings, maybe becoming emotional, I get to a point where I'm just like, this isn't going anywhere. And when something isn't going anywhere, it's not serving me. It's not helping me. It's not benefiting me. And all of our interactions don't have to be about gains and losses. A lot of interactions in the world, especially when it comes to other people, whether it be intimate partners, family members, coworkers, friends, it's really about the learning and the experience because, yeah, something could be bad and something could be good. But as long as you're alive, you should always be learning. And learning is okay. Is learning always fun? No. But there is a peace that comes in chaos when you learn to accept. For example, I'm pretty sure all of us have gone through breakups. See the smirk? Because I've gone through breakups as well. But when you get to a point in your exit interview, like I call my process, because I make sure that I give people enough opportunity to see. I'm laughing because it is really me. I give people enough opportunity to understand that I'm trying my hardest to see if this can work, to see if I'm in this fight by myself, or are you willing to do the work with me for this to continue? And the minute, the instance, the second where I realize that that person is not budging, they are not willing to be open, I leave. Radically accept it. Now, does that mean that there's not a process after that I'm about to go through called grief? Absolutely not. I'm going to go through that because I'm parting ways with somebody I was either with or someone who I wanted to pursue something with. And it can weigh heavy on the heart. And that's okay. That's okay. That's one example of radical acceptance. And, the grieving process of letting go of someone that you love is a whole nother conversation. And I'm pretty sure we've talked about that before. But another instance, radical acceptance. Jobs. I know for me, I've worked with a lot of people. I've worked with a lot of managers, had a lot of experience with people who just become that company per se, and they remove themselves from the humanity of connecting with an employee. You tell them about things that you want to do. You could even be telling them about things happening in your life causing your performance to fluctuate or just change. Letting them know your action plan for your development and your growth. And in some instances, a lot of what I was expressing to people wasn't accepted, wasn't absorbed, wasn't even understood. So why would I continue the patterns of pouring into people that are not pouring into me? And you get to a point where you radically accept it. You radically accept it. Now, if y'all are like me, my mother will tell you, I will leave a job in a heartbeat. Wash my hands with it and just be done because, yes, we need income. We need our jobs to take care of ourselves. But I don't need the extra stress. I don't need to be in environments where I'm disrespected. I don't need to be in environments or spaces or companies that don't see me and the value I bring and my work ethic. And when that becomes toxic, I'll remove myself. Now, again, does that mean that the process after is going to be easy? No. I had to learn the hard way because I was guilty of leaving jobs without having other things lined up. Do not be me. Be smarter, especially in today's economy with inflation and the cost of everything. I don't want anybody out here further struggling because your finances are not in order and you can't provide for yourself. So please listen to someone who's fallen on their face plenty of times. Always have a backup job before you leave. Always. But again, does that mean that accepting it is going to be easy? No, because who wants to start over? Now you have to get familiar with all of these people in this new space and new ways of working and new managers and new attitudes, and you have to style step. It becomes a lot. And what I don't want us to do, because I'm pretty sure all of us are guilty in staying in spaces we don't need to be in, do not let comfort and fear, do not let comfort and fear keep you in toxicity because you won't accept it's time to move on. Do not let comfort and fear keep you in places that no longer serve you because you have not accepted it is time to move on. The minute something starts to drain my energy, it could be a phone call, it could be a FaceTime, anything. I'm ready to just exit because if I'm in a good space and I'm working towards being a better me, why would I sit in something that's not healthy for me? Everything that we do, everything that we're engaging in and spending our valuable time with should be nurturing us to some degree. Now, what I'm not saying is that you will, avoid negativity. Negativity is a part of the process. Negativity is a part of life. But when you start to see and feel the negativity becoming a weight on you, start to figure out your exit plan and the next step in your strategy. I'm not saying that you are going to have good days every day. No, we want to have some negativity, but we want balance in the good and the bad. We want more good than we do bad. That's always what we should be striving for. Now, in some circumstances, in some situations, we will unfortunately have more negative than good. However, that does not mean that you cannot learn to accept the negative, start your healing, and start moving forward. Because you can. And the only thing that's stopping you is you. Yes, the circumstances are hard. Yes, you don't have the money to start that business. Yes, you've been with this person for 5 years. Yes, this is your father who won't accept you or won't acknowledge you or is dealing with his own thing and can't be a father and a provider for you. Yes, your mom is dealing with something and couldn't be the nurturer or show you emotional intelligence. Yes, those things happen to us. Yes, those things hurt. But when we come to a point in our lives where we understand peace and the fulfillment that we get from peace, even in the midst of chaos, the number one tool that you're going to use is acceptance. So I want you to take a moment and think about some things that you haven't accepted. Think about the things that are holding you back and what it will take for you to accept that that is your experience, that that is your past, or even your present. But what will it take for you to know, understand, and believe that your future, what is ahead of you, is so much better and so much more promising than what you are in right now and what's behind you? Because the things that are behind us, we can't change. They're there, they exist, they happened. The things in our present, our decisions dictate the fork in the road. It's kind of like the Matrix, the blue pill or the red pill. So what are you not accepting? What are you holding on to in your pride and in your ego that you refuse to let it go, accept it, heal, and move forward? Take some time to think about that, guys, because the best thing that you can do is work on yourself. I didn't understand homework when I was a kid. Hated it. Because I'm like, if we're in school all day, why am I going home to my family and doing more work and the teacher ain't there? I never understood the concept of homework. But home, inside here is where we do the work on ourselves. Because home is where the heart is. So why aren't we getting to work? Why aren't we getting to work? And if you haven't, it's time to start. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Brother Be Well. And this was episode 23, Finding Peace in Chaos, the Power of Acceptance. I'm your host, Darrell. And like I say every week when I end this podcast, I see you, I hear you, I love you. Brother, be well. Till next time, take care.